Marriage. 1. A gift a man gives to a woman for which she never forgives him. 2. A legally binding contract, which, at least for the first time, the contracting parties are expected to enter without legal assistance, but cannot exit without it. 3. Tenured togetherness. Marriages are said to be made in heaven, which may be why they don't work here on earth. Every marriage is an arrangement between two persons. What else could it be? Hence, we should distinguish not between marriages and arrangements, but among different types of arrangements, marital and non-marital. Young love rests largely on loneliness and lust. This is why it is so poor a basis for marriage, which must rest largely on affection and respect. Success or failure in marriage depends not on whether husband and wife love each other, but on whether they want to merge their lives and fortunes. Trial marriage is to real marriage as buying and selling stocks on paper is to buying and selling them on the stock market. A complex entity such as a molecule, machine, or man is said to be more than the sum of its parts. What complex whole is often less than the sum of its parts? A married couple. A metaphor for many a modem marriage. Two competent swimmers in the water, safe but solitary, decide to play. One pretends to drown, the other to rescue. They grapple, sink, panic, and drown together. Women marry hoping their husbands will change. Men hoping their wives won't. Bad enough, but couples can make it much worse by going to a psychiatrist to FBC the problem. By becoming one body in marriage, wives can injure their husbands by eating too much, and husbands can injure their wives by drinking too much. What psychiatrists call, and the public now accepts as, self-destructive behavior is thus often the exact opposite, an attempt to preserve oneself by destroying what one regards as one's parasite. Alimony, restitution payments to compensate the victims for the ravages of the war between the sexes. In intimate human relations, psychological autonomy and physical proximity vary inversely. Those who want to maximize both, especially in marriage, will have neither, whereas those who are satisfied with one or the other, or some of each sometimes, as married people used to be and friends now tend to be, may have one or the other, or sometimes some of each. When a marriage becomes intensely unsatisfactory, the participants have a choice between breaking up and breaking down. Some prefer the former, others the latter. Either solution is likely to generate new problems. The breakup of the marriage may lead to the breakdown of the wife or the husband, whereas the breakdown of the wife or the husband may lead to a much stronger marriage, the sane member of the pair becoming the nurse protector of his or her insane partner. Monotheism and monogamy are based on the same principle, exclusiveness. As a person can have only one God, so he can have only one mate. Hence the violent opposition in Christian cultures against both polytheism and polygamy, and the intense possessiveness, both religious and sexual, which people living in such cultures exhibit toward their God and their mate. Traditional, arranged marriage was a fine institution for legitimizing men and women as adults and for raising children. It could be ruined, and was ruined, by one thing only, the expectation that the participants enjoy each other as sexual partners. Modem, romantic marriage is a fine institution for legitimizing men and women as adults and for friendship and sex. It can be ruined, and is ruined, by one thing only, the expectation that the participants have children whom they love and protect. There are two ways of terminating an intense human attachment, such as between husband and wife. One is to draw up a set of grievances against one's partner, much as a grand jury draws up a set of criminal indictments against a defendant. The accuser can then use these offenses to justify detaching himself from his partner. The other is to resign oneself to being hopelessly mismatched with one's partner, and slowly to withdraw from feeling committed to him, her. The relationship will then gradually wither away.